9 most indebted countries in Africa. According to Alexander Hamilton, a national debt, if it is not in excess, will be to us a national blessing. Quite a number of us freak out when we hear the word debt. It sends jitters down the body and we end up concluding that it is a terrible financial decision. Debt is not a bad thing after all, but like they say, too much of everything is bad. It becomes bad when it is in excess. Most times, business folks collect loans to invest more in their businesses, and in most cases, it ends up being the best decision for them, for it gives them the opportunity to invest more. Truth is, no country can survive without borrowing. That is the reason you see even developed countries borrowing. Countries of the world need a whole lot of cash to carry out policies and projects that will aid their development. It will surprise so many who have little or no knowledge of national debt that most countries with the highest national debt are countries with either a developed or a developing economy. This video will narrow its interest down to Africa. Just like we have earlier said, we discover at the end of this video that countries with the highest national debts in Africa are countries that have booming economies. Experts have suggested that Africa's external debt can be minimized via tax collection, tapping into local currency debt markets, and transparency. Please watch this video to the end to see the most indebted country in Africa. Number 9 on our list is Nigeria. According to this ranking, Nigeria is the 9th most indebted country in Africa, and its external debt is at $10 billion. Ivory Coast takes the 8th spot. The country in 2018 has a better GDP percentage than Nigeria, the biggest economy in Africa, and its external debt stands at $11 billion. Democratic Republic of Congo is 7th on our list. The country, famously known as DR Congo, although some erroneously pronounce DR as an acronym instead of an abbreviation, which sounds very funny. This country has a population of 79 million people and owes a debt of $13 billion. Angola is 6th on our list. The Portugal colonized country is 6th, and its external debt stands at $17 billion. 5th on our list is Tunisia. Statistics have shown that this country has had an improved GDP percentage since 2015 and 2018. Its external debt is about $18 billion. 4th on our list is Morocco. If a non-African is looking for an African country to invest in and maybe goes online, all odds will be to the favor of King Mohammed VI's country, who has worked hard to see that the country has a booming economy. Morocco has a debt of $17 billion. The 3rd on our list is no other country but the ancient country itself, Egypt. It is no longer news that Egypt has one of the fastest growing economies in Africa, but with a large amount of debt. Its external debt is about $299 billion. Sudan is 2nd on our list. This country owes about $528 billion in debt. Obviously, it is miles ahead of number 3, but it is not in a difficult position either, as the country has experienced significant economic growth since 2015. And the most indebted country in Africa is South Africa. The late Nelson Mandela's nation can be said to be the giant of Africa in terms of economic growth. Year in, year out, this country has shown a substantial amount of development, even with the fact that it has the highest national debt. It is not in any kind of difficult position financially, for its GDP is not lesser than its debt, which is $726 billion. It is glaring that national debt is not evil as opposed to some beliefs, as long as there is significant growth in a country's gross domestic product, GDP, which is a common estimate used to measure the economic performance of a country. The only reason why you hear financial experts lament about external debt is when the money borrowed is used for frivolities or embezzled, rather than for economic growth. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe, and if you have any topic you want us to treat, let us know in the comment section.